Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you once again to GVL TV, and thank you so much for joining us as we discuss about the things that are happening in the nation, Uganda. Join me together as we welcome the political analyst to come and contribute with us. So, of recently there is a video which was moving about the arrest of Erias Lukwago, one of the most popular mayor in Kampala for over good years. So, as a political analyst, those who can look into the pillars of what happened in the country and they have very verbal answer to them, I want you to answer to us. What is going on in this country? And why do you think Lukwago is arrested? Whether we haven't yet heard. Moreover, the wife was also slapped, and also security has to force themselves inside there. What has Lukwago done to this country right now?
Thank you, Patrick. I think what's happening is very unfortunate. I watched on TV. I also followed on a number of WhatsApp groups and other channels that the senior counsel Erias Lukwago was arrested on the orders of the CDF General Kinerugaba, and Moses Kinerugaba on his postings was boasting that the fool will have Chivoko, he's in the basement, and I think that's injustice. It's not fair. They should not have entered his bedroom, and because now that shades bad light on this country. It's as if we are going back to dark days. If Lukwago has any case, it's not the CDF and the special forces to arrest him. They should go through right channels, go to police, report him, then Lukwago goes to police and goes to court if there is anything to charge you. So I want to appeal to the CDF. Comrade General Mohoz, don't misuse the office of the CDF. Don't misuse the powers as a son to the president. This country is for 50 million Ugandans, 56 tribes. You must respect the law. You must respect the dignity of Ugandans. You must respect the constitution. Lukwago should be released. If Lukwago wanted to issue you summons, which is a normal process of court, you should have respected the court. You have lawyers. There's an attorney general. You could have been defended through the legal system. But for you to start behaving like a mean is very unfortunate. We don't expect that from you. A Sunday has trained this officer, a general in the UPDF. UPDF has come from far, and you must be an inspiration and a good example to young people. I've heard in the corridors that you want to be a president of this country. You are not going to be a president through injustice or through fear or separation. No, the population will resist you. Me as Fred may not have the power or the energy, but I can assure you that there are Ugandans who are willing, like the ones who went to Ruwero and fought and took up power. They are in different generations. There are people that will stand up to injustice, to separation, to dictatorship. I want to suggest, as a Ugandan and as an analyst, as an intercessor, as a patriot, that people who are in prison on political charges should be released, including our hero, Dr. Kiza Besigye. Lukwago should be released immediately and conditionally. If you have any case against him, you go to court. But for you to arrest Lukwago, harass his wife, like the way you and your soldiers harassed Babi Itungo Kyagulanyi, is not fair. This country belongs to every Ugandan, every tribe. Philosophers have said that fools repeat themselves and blame history. Let's not repeat the mistakes of history. This country belongs to all of us. The sacrifices of the revolution, which me and you never participated in because we were not of age, was costly. We lost 500,000 Ugandans in the Royal Triumph. We had relatives there. Your parents were there. Your uncle was there. But you do not fight. I've heard some people claiming they fought. You did not fight alone. Those 500,000 people that died do not belong to your clan or your family. They are Ugandans. They were from every part of Uganda. Some were from Ankole, others were from Acholi. There was Reto Mungini from Karamoja who had been in the revolution. There were people from Toro. There were people from Kisoro. We have 6 graves. There were people from, other parts. From Rukunjiri, there were many. The Tumukundes, the Jemuwezis, the Karejesas. There is a whole sub-clan from the real family of the Bahinda clan and from Kashari. The Magaras, the Ruberezas, the Kajinas and others, the Kasasiras. Almost the whole clan was finished. So let's not play with the peace that we have. Lukwago should be released. If he has a case, let him go through a normal process. These Mufumbiros, these Vestiges and what? All these political prisoners, even the foot soldiers, should be released. The power that you have, Mr. CDF, should be used properly. Avoid impunity, avoid injustice, avoid creating fear. If the Mwendas want to advise you, like what they advise in other countries, that you are going to rule Uganda on fear, people will challenge you. Me, I don't have energy, I may not join. But I can assure you that out of 50 million Ugandans, there are those who are willing, or who have the courage that you have and the guts, and the mentality that you have, that we also use force. And we don't need wars. We have enough scars in this country. We've had wars in northern Uganda. For the last, we lost development because of wars. We had wars in 1960s. We had wars in 1980s. We had wars in northern Uganda for 25 years. Let's not do things that can bring injustice in this country that undermines democracy. Let's uphold the rule of law. Mr. Mohozi and others, whoever is using impunity, must respect the laws of this land. This country is not an estate, it's not a private farm, it's not a shop, it's not a factory for anybody. It's for Ugandans. Let's respect each other. We need peace. Be the change you want to see in the world. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said of India. Amen.
Thank you so much for that contribution. It was so wonderful. Still, this beats my understanding. Is politics right now a fair game in Uganda? Is it something that someone can now go and feel peace in it, or there is completely total threat? And if it is there, what is challenging, or what should be done? Because now it is looking to be into a different direction altogether.
The rule of law must be respected. We have a constitution, we have a parliament, we have judiciary, we have executive. There must be separation of powers. Democracy must be exercised. Clean leadership and good governance must be exercised. The basis of NRM was clean leadership, unity and peace. We spoke of fundamental change. There was a 10-point program. One of the tenets was democracy and good governance. Abuse of human rights is not part of democracy. So it's not about the politics, no, it's the prayers. If you see the violence that was in NRM elections, if you see the money that they were exchanging in SEC, if you see how many people stole elections, 40% of the people in parliament now are not supposed to be there. They went there through stealing and cheating. And some of them were helped by police and electoral commission. And that's undermining democracy. We are postponing peace and democracy and development. And some of these fellows that go there wrongly are even criminals. Some of them have forged papers, academic papers. Some of them are wrong characters. And the only way they can do is to shoot people. Instead, because now you are supposed to campaign on the basis of your manifesto. I want to do this. I want to do this. What are the challenges of these people? Is it water? Is it education? Is it agriculture? And those are the things that they should address after every 5 years. And I've been telling people, anybody, any leader that has not offered or delivered in 2 terms in 10 years is definitely telling stories. What you never did in 10 years, you can't do it in 20 years, in 40 years. And that's why now, even now, we are stuck with the president. President Museveni should have retired 20 years ago. He made his contribution. But he started compromising. That's how civils started coming up. That's how decent people, like the Wapas, the Mushegas, the Winnie Byanyumas, the Besiges, the Mugisha Muntu, most decent people started fearing politics. Then the Chitatas and other hooligans and the other criminals and, prostitutes and what came up. And then, the president started consulting full figure, Jude Butcher, Kenzo and others. Instead of Wapa and Honorable Kategaya, now, you find a full figure discussing issues about, good governance, about democracy, the future of Uganda. No, of course, full figure is a Ugandan. Namyaro is a Ugandan. We respect them, they are our sisters. The Nameres, but now you can't be there. You're a president, you're saying that, now I brought Namere. She's in Kwarosab and the contractor, she's going to abuse people. No. The challenge of this country is now, what do we do with youth unemployment? How do we pay teachers better? How do we have drugs in hospitals? Half of the country has no roads, no infrastructure, no clean water. How do we address that? How do we stop thieves who are stealing 10 trillion per year? It's not Chinese or Indian, they're Ugandans. So the challenges of our time should be the ones addressed. It can't be now hiring people, bloggers, goonies, musicians. They are good. They are good in they should do their arts. They should be supported in their trade and the arts and what. But what are the challenges of our time? How do we have a railway? Why don't we have a railway? The president has been speaking about the railway and the NRM for the last 40 years. Where is the railway? It would reduce the cost of transport. It would propel development. Half of Kampala is thinking. How do you explain that? Then you have people shouting, talking about tribes, religion, the NRM, singing. You had a speaker whose specialty was dancing. I'm happy that she has fallen with her Rolls Royce of 4 billion and her estates. Yes. So I am told she has pressure. Sister, we are praying for you, but our money should be recovered. And all these other thieves. Direct CID, Director CMI, Director ISO, compile a list of thieves and the IGG's office. Let's take them through the legal process. We recover the money, we pay the debt burden of 130 trillion. Mr. President, before you start talking of being in nausea and vomiting, no, vomiting is bad. Not only for an old man, even young people, vomiting is a bad experience. Let's get the civils, recover our public funds. Let's recover money, invest in agriculture, and these people that have been recycling. A commissioner is stealing in works, you take him to agriculture. He comes from agriculture, he goes to education. Don't recycle civils, whether they are ministers, whether they are PSCs, whether they are generals. If anybody has a criminal record, they should be retired in the public interest. Let them also go and hustle and do trade. But they don't recycle civils. Let's not have people who are moving in wheelchairs, that they are ministers, they are PSCs. Do we have people to work? Why should you be a PS at 70 years? For 25 years? And you've been presiding over routing and stealing of public resources. You steal from OPM's office, they recycle you to justice. You move from justice, you go to education. You are the same thief. Jail Rawlings in Ghana shot them. I'm not saying they should be shot, but there should be stern measures on how to deal with thieves. Because these thieves are like night dancers. They are like witches. They are criminals. Because now, if villagers are killing night dancers and just witches have killed one baby, what of you is eating a whole road? Eating drugs for 50 million people, making Ugandans suffer, mortgaging the future of our children. Now Chinese and Indians are going to own part of Uganda because of thieves, because of just 50 PSCs, 20 commissioners, 5 generals, 10 ministers. Why? Why should 50 million Ugandans pay for concubines, for generals, for commissioners, for PSCs, and you have a president who has a convoy for 50 cars? 50 cars in Africa, in a poor country. Mr. President, this is not a monarchy, this is not a kingdom. You also sell some cows and be spending on what? We cannot say we can't pay intern doctors and you have a convoy of 50 cars with the toilets your son has, your wife has, your daughters have.